afternoon, everyone. This is kind of a unplanned burning session for the Burning is Love. I've got meetings Wednesday night, so I will not be able to do my regularly scheduled broadcast. So I figured I'd hop on and do one today. Just switch some screens around here. And that way I can see what I'm doing here. Oh, okay. We'll move this back. That way I can keep an eye on the comments also. But let's get some music playing in here. Music is by Dan Hollifield from the Displaced Detective Suite, which you can find on Bandcamp. Links to that are on indiecd.org. Find it on Dan Hollifield's page. And let's start off with, we'll just start with track 1, Indistinguishable from Magic. So today what we're doing is burning in the lettering, which didn't transfer very well, so I'm going to be taking it rather slow. So as to keep the same sizing here, and hopefully the same style. Oh, other thing we need. Hey Don, how you doing? Little banner going down here at the bottom. Have fun at the birthday party, Don. Now, this piece here actually won't be on the website for sale. This is actually a piece that I'm doing for my wife. And I'm hoping to get all of this. Oh, thank you, Facebook, for reminding me to start my stream 5 minutes after I've already started it. Good job. And sounds like we're back to the beginning of that song already. So that was Indistinguishable from Magic by Dan Hollifield, Studio D on the Displaced Detective Suite. And we're going to jump on over to track 2, Rescue at the Falls. Oh, what's that W look like? Okay. Kind of shading in this image over here too. Pines will grow and bend all knees. Okay. And that was Rescue at the Falls by Dan Hollifield. We'll now go over track 3, Meditations of a Displaced Detective. Alright, work a little better from not working directly under the light so you guys can see what I'm doing. Damn it, quit hitting it. Very nice, Carl. Stopping by to see what's burning. Working on a project for the missus today. Yes, it is. Yep, this is the same one I was showing on there. I was gonna wait and do this as a burn on one of my normal shows, but since I have a meeting this Wednesday, I won't be doing a show. I figured, what the heck, I'll just do it now. Carl says I just texted Donna, what's the burning smell? Oh, it's Joe's show. Why does it seem like that got louder again all of a sudden? Cut that down a little bit more. Hey, Donna. Yeah, you found me and the Woodsman dude. Yes, this is Dan Hollifield's music. We're actually just started back on the beginning of track 3 again, Meditations of a Displaced Detective. And now we're jumping over to track 4, Unlimited Sky from Dan Hollifield Studio D on the Displaced Detective Suite. The bird song got Charcoal's ears swiveling. I don't know what went wrong with my transfer process this time, but man. And depending on how long it takes me to actually do this one, I might end up doing another small one. Running, I haven't burned my fingerprints off by then. Carl says that actually has a better look for that piece, the hand lettered look. I can picture a Middle Earth denizen writing that. Yeah, my wife actually hand wrote it on paper using a calligraphy pen, and then I actually I added that onto the computer and transferred it over, and just for some reason though, it did not want to transfer the lettering over, and I think that was due to just the way the print turned out. The lettering wasn't quite as dark as usual. And looking back at so I still have it up on my other screen, where you see a lot of the darker stuff I haven't burned in yet. That is actually darker on my screen, so Carl, so are more people signing up for the directory? Actually, I've had a few people. Cindy Kep is actually the latest. Mike Jimmy signed up recently, and Pops Van Zandt signed up. Yeah, it's almost what I'm afraid of. I really want it to grow, but I have this gut feeling that it is going to just absolutely suddenly just take off, which would be good, because then that's more money for the Amy and John Hale GoFundMe. But at the same time, I'm coming back into construction season, which means a lot of my time during the day is going to be really limited. I do need to actually sit down and write out a templated email to send out that kind of explains what all I need them to send in to me to get their profile built. And then at some point, I know I'm going to have to look at a larger server space. Because even though I have unlimited storage as far as file size goes, there is a limitation to. Pardon me. There is a limitation to the amount of files. Yep, I may. It'd be great if I got to that point. I would definitely need to find other ways of monetizing it other than the fee, but that's something that could be worked on. Because whoever would help with it, I definitely want to be able to pay them, and which summertime, it really wouldn't be much of an issue. I generally have so much overtime that I'd be able to do that, but come wintertime again, I'd either have to lay them off or hope that I got a bunch of signups again. And really, at some point, if I did have to expand the server, I'd probably have to reevaluate just exactly what I'm charging for people to sign up. Yeah, ads for books, hand-picked ads, not Google. No. I would definitely look into setting up something to make it to where someone could sign up for, say a month, offer a 1 month, 3 month, 6 month thing, and or just kind of do like a rotating banner of some kind. Oh, I didn't know Audible buys ads. And the nice thing is, too, with doing everything on WordPress, the person doesn't really need to have a coding background to set up the pages and stuff. Okay. Alright, we're going to take a short commercial break here. We're about a little over a half hour in, almost 40 minutes in. And my fingertips are starting to burn, so don't want to burn them, rather burn the wood. So let's Last Man Standing was good last night. Dan coined my new favorite word, embuggerance. So that must have happened after I left. And I am now going to have to go back and watch the rest of the show. Because I need to find out how to properly use that word. But in the meantime, we're going to pause the music for a minute. And we're going to switch brands because I have yet to upload the commercials into the other branding. But we're going to run 2 commercials. First one is going to be for Amy Hale. And the other one we're going to run will be for our newest IndieCD.org member, Cindy Kep.
because I still have to set up the videos, and I went out and I played.
All right, and we're back. And for those of you who have multiple monitors, be sure to check out Nick Tockert's stream. Actually, you know what we're going to try and do? Because part of Indie CD is promoting other independent creators. So, what we're going to do is try to share. Haha. So now,
lend some of my pieces to Joe so that he can render
see
them
what Nick is doing also.
into woodwork. It's part of our symbiotic relationship. He's a great friend. And honestly, he and his wife are the best friends I think I've ever had. If I were
All
real
right.
and true and honest outside of my lovely wife. They're just the best people on
Yep,
earth.
Nick's streaming right now. He's
So,
doing some drawings, so we might as well just
don't
make
be
this
afraid
one
when
big
you're,
art thing.
Done here. Hop onto Joe's. Oh, and now I'm streaming on Joe's stream too. That's awesome. Hi, folks on Joe's stream. I am doing art, and I think that's wonderful. I didn't know you were on the stream.
He's probably wondering how I pulled that off right now.
I'm not terribly good with the technical aspects of all this.
Actually, Carl, I didn't do that through OBS. I just did it through
when I'm drawing.
And I should probably switch back to the correct
brand,
brand, so I got the correct over.
I don't even have to
correct
change
background.
To grab.
For that might behind the code one. That's actually just sharing the tab from Google Chrome through StreamYard.
Yeah, because I want this part to be smooth. I'll go back to my usual. It's 20.
I think his audio comes through too, so you should be able to hear. You'll probably hear both of us. So
I want to cut this in kind of.
Apologies in advance for that.
It'll save stress on the shoulders.
But he's got a little bit of music
art should
going
be fun.
too. So
and I do a lot of stuff that's commercial art. Fantasy stuff that I intend to put in manuals or sci-fi stuff for my different games. It's nice to do things that are a little more art for art's sake. Oops, I hit the wrong thing. I fixed that.
Just about done with these words.
But there we go. Now, this is looking a little chunky. It's okay. We can go with chunky. Chunky is not always a bad thing.
Go
back to my 20 where I like to live. And
the age of skin is done. That's right.
Back. I'm going to put another layer. I'm still doing
like I said,
the layers just like you would with regular paint. But,
text didn't transfer over that well, so I'm trying to remember what was written also, which luckily I have up on the other screen.
What I'm trying to catch is this look of it's not quite frozen. But this, where I live, there are rivers near, not terribly far away.
I think what I'm going to do.
There are also a lot of these.
We'll just keep him up there. I'm going to mute. Let me know if you guys can still hear him. But I'm going to go back to playing some music here. This is track 5, Highly Energetic Particles Boogie, from Dan Hollifield, Studio D, Displaced Detective Suite. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just make this one big art session here. And actually, I do need to give a shout out to Mr. Tockert there, because he is actually the one who did the drawing of the Ent at the top of the piece of work here. So, which he actually did a fantastic job with. I'm really happy with the way that turned out. And if I was actually selling this piece, he would definitely be getting part of the money for it, for doing the end. Which, if I decide to do this one again as a sale item, I, definitely throw him a little bit of money. Yes, he is drawing a river. I fully muted his stream on my end.
Down towards where I want it to end up.
Either that or he's drawing where the balloon got blown up at.
Slowly. You have to think of trees like rivers. Oops. Auto recovery save always glitches me up a bit. There we go. Right off this one.
Oh.
Now, this little dude.
Well,
it's pretty irregular.
I know Donna and Carl can hear
Not
this.
irregularity in our
Dawn
notes.
can't, so I'll go ahead and say it anyway. This tip needs a good
Like,
clean.
he won't be by himself, but he's definitely the main tree. We need to come over here.
Oh, we'll give it a good cleaning there
And
and
get
keep
a,
on going.
A lovely little white. I only need a white one black. I think I'll start with the black. I may have to shrink this.
Hour of bark has come.
There.
I do enjoy listening to Nick's Our Time with Nick. It actually almost seems Bob Ross to me.
I think I may need.
Yeah, he almost seems Bob Ross-ish. With his drawing. One of the things I like about doing this piece, I I did really enjoy the Lord of the Rings books back in high school. Um, I actually read them out of order. Our school library uh, actually, he should be muted again. Um, and it might be my music or my headset just deciding not to want to pick me up again. So let's drop that back just a little bit more. Yeah, I did. In high school, I read The Lord of the Rings, and I actually started off with Return of the King, because that was the only book that my school library had. And not knowing at the time, when I first started reading it, that was, the third in the series, which I kind of quickly figured out when it's like, oh wow, there's a lot of plot that seems to have already happened. Especially when they're referencing Boromir's death and everything. It's like, who the hell was Boromir, and why do I care about his death? So that next year is when they were coming out with the movies, so they re-released the books, and I ended up picking up the large paperback edition that contained Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and Return of the King, all in one big book, which worked out great because the English class I had that next year, we were required to give a book report every 9 weeks. And inside of that book, and I don't remember if it was like that in the single editions also, but inside of that book, it had each one broken up into a book 1 and book 2. So Fellowship of the Ring had a book 1, book 2. Twin Towers. Wow. Two Towers had the same thing, so did Return of the King. Well, I didn't want to have to try and find another book to read right at the end of the school year. So when I did my third book report for the year, I did it on book 1 of Return of the King. And my English teacher looks at me and she goes, well, that's not how the story ends. I said, yeah, it is. She goes, no, it's not. She goes, I've read the books. That's not quite how it ends. I said, sure it does for book 1. She goes, what? And I show her a copy of the book and she looks at me and she goes, well played. She goes, I will allow this. Now when I'm done with this part, technically the whole thing will be done. I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to bust out the shader tip. And try and put some very light tones into the end outside of the lines. Make him pop a little bit more, but I think I may save that for the next time I try and do this piece. Because really, if I was going to do that, I should have done it before I burned everything else. That way, if I screwed it up, I wouldn't be totally restarting from the beginning. After being, 75% complete. Actually, now I'm probably about 99%. This line all the way down here. And this line all the way down. Do a quick cleaning. Whew. We are just about done here, folks. All right. So, besides some light sanding I'm going to have to do, get rid of some of these other lines that I ended up not using. This is actually all done. And we're going to take Nick off the stream here for a moment and give you guys a look at this. I think that actually turned out pretty dang good. I definitely think I'm going to do more of these because it's a fun little one to do. I imagine that'd look even better on one of the bigger pieces I have. Or I may try and put it on one of the live wood pieces that I have. I think doing this on a live wood piece that has the bark going around the edges still would probably be a really neat one to sell. So, with that, I am going to... wow, it took me an hour just to do lettering and one little part of the design. So with that, I'm going to call it for now because no one wants to sit here and hear me scrape sandpaper against this. I do appreciate you all stopping by, and we will be doing this again, not this coming Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time. I don't even know the time for my own shows. These last few months have been so topsy-turvy that I'm starting to forget stuff. But 7 p.m. on not this coming Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, we'll be back and doing a new design. So, y'all have a great evening, and I will see you again.